All right, who recognizes the parental energy, parent or grandparent, with the dementia or Alzheimer's in the end? Others have health complications. Perfect, that's why I felt like I was right in this row still, because they had me parked right here in the middle. Perfect, parental energy for you? Perfect, good. Because it just means that there's people being pulled through for your bloodline. And that's probably why they made me say parental instead of mom or dad. Okay. Okay, all grandparents are gone. Do you understand that? Perfect. Because they're saying to me all grandparents are gone, but somebody's completely clear in my mind. That's how I know there's dementia or Alzheimer's set in the end. Even though I know there's other health issues along, and I have a grandmother and a grandfather stepping in. Just means husband and wife are coming together. Do you understand it? Perfect. You had time with your grandmother? She just stepped in and she makes me feel like she wants to give you a big hug. Okay, so I'm going to take my time with her. Even though her husband is present with her, she makes me feel like she's going to be the one doing most of the talking. Do you understand it? Fantastic. I'm just going to let her talk. Was she pretty quiet here? Okay. She's saying to me, I was very quiet there, but I have a lot to say because I haven't had a chance to talk to her in a while. Do you understand it? Just means she's really excited, and she keeps saying to me she wants to talk to you about what it's like on the other side, and then she makes me feel like she's trying to give guidance and talk about people that she's watching over here. So I'm just going to let her speak, okay? But she's stepping in with her husband, and I feel grandmother and grandfather. That's why I kept feeling parental energy. And not only is my breath being taken from me, but my memory is like completely being erased. And I know that even though there's other health complications, there's major complications with the memory loss going into advanced stages, and then the body slowly starting the shutdown process because of it. Do you understand it? Fantastic. So I'm feeling them both step in. You had time with your grandfather? Because he keeps saying to me, not as much as she did. What is that?
If it's her husband,
They're all four here. Your other grandfather stepping in, and he keeps saying to me, not as much as she did, and I'm getting him first. Okay? Like little. Okay, good. Because when they do this, it means under 10. I kept getting, she was young, I didn't have as much time with her. It means I'm getting a grandparent from this side and a grandparent from this side, but her husband is still here for her for supportive energy. Do you understand? Fantastic. That's why they kept saying to me, all four grandparents are gone, because they're all four stepping in. As I keep getting their 4 of the 18. He just keeps saying to me he had a shorter time with you. That he was only here for years with you. He says longevity to me, that's how I know he's well over 30 years as far as being passed. Do you understand it? Good. He said, not that I'm trying to say how old she is, because he said he's giving away your age at the same time. I said, we don't need to talk about that. Oh my gosh, he's so funny. He's very, he is extremely set in his ways. Like, he makes me feel he's kind of like by the book a little bit. Do you understand that? Did you hear that about him? He's, I'm trying to figure out how to say this without crossing the line, but he was pretty aggressive. Okay, we're not going to go any further. Do you understand it? Okay, because they showed me the personal wall, but I know that you understand the word aggressive. Do you understand it? So we're just going to leave that, okay? Because sometimes that can be actions or words or... Okay, perfect. So I'm going to leave that a little bit. He keeps saying to me, I didn't always make the best decisions while I was there. She really didn't have a chance to know me very well, but I know she heard stories of me. And I don't want her to think that some of the things that she heard of me was how I was all the time. Do you understand that? Do you understand why he's saying that?
Well, I would have the one grandfather, but not the grandfather I knew.
No. This is the other one speaking. I'm going back and forth between the two of them. That's what he keeps saying to me. Do you understand it?
No, I've heard more stories about
That's the one that's talking right now. Because they're all four standing there, and he keeps making me feel he was the one that was aggressive.
Right.
That's how I know it goes into abuse. That's why I said the personal wall, we're not going to discuss it. And then he keeps saying to me, the stories that she heard about me, I need her to know that there was a different side of me as well. It's his way of saying he doesn't want you to think the worst of him, because since he's been on the other side, his actions have changed. Do you understand it? This is the way I'm going to explain it to you. The other side, it's nothing but unconditional love, and there is no anger, and there is no judgment. And people can do really, really, really horrible things here living a human existence, okay? But when you get to the other side, you see how your actions affected other people and how their actions affected you. And since he's been on the other side and now that he's with God, he's one and he's pure with God. So he's who he truly should have been all along because he's with God. So it's his way of kind of raising his hand going, yep, I really messed up. I made all these mistakes. She's heard all these stories about me, but I don't want her to think that that's who I truly am, and I don't want her to judge me that way. Do you understand it? And I feel like a lot of the family has done that over the years because they heard everything that he did. And it's pretty aggressive abuse. And there's alcoholism with this, okay? Because he's making me feel like I want to drink, and that's how I know that he's trying to say that he was an alcoholic and that his alcohol went into further abuse into the family. But we're not going to discuss it, okay? Because that's just the way I'm going to leave it. But what's happening is all of them are talking right now. So they're all trying to validate they're here. But I want to welcome this grandmother, even though I'm feeling the other two grandfathers. I want to welcome her, and I just want her to have a chance to talk to you a little bit, because she's saying to me that you had some time with her. So she's making me feel the connection was pretty special. Do you understand it? Fantastic. So she's starting to step forward. She makes me feel nothing but love. She has me opening this cardboard box. That's how I know some of her items are still within the family as far as being passed down. Do you understand it? Because then she's doing this, so I know some of her things got passed down. Who has the piece of jewelry? Because she keeps saying, talk about the jewelry she has.
Right, but this is my mom.
That's okay. It just means she's probably trying to bring her through, because all I keep hearing is, things were passed down. I get the box from the grandmother. She says I have to talk about my stuff that's passed down, and then all I keep hearing is talk about the jewelry first. So we're just going to leave it because it's probably her way of trying to introduce her. Do you understand it? Fantastic. So I'm just going to take my time with it. She is she's not very tall. She's so short. I'm like, honey, you're as short as I am. She looks like she's just a little bit shorter. She has just a little bit of wavy hair, but not much. It's not straight and it's not super curly because I'm seeing her clear as day. And she has just a little bit of wave to her hair. Do you understand? She said to me, just tell her to be patient. We're all here, but I was the first one that was trying to talk, but everyone else is trying to talk at the same time. It just means that ring part was coming from your mom, okay? So I'm just going to take my time with them. All she keeps saying to me is, and I can see her clear as day, she's so sweet, so gentle. I see the Bible in her hand, so it's her way of validating to me that she was very grounded in her faith. And I'm starting to see the rosary, so that's how I know the one side of a couple generations is Catholic. But do you understand it? Perfect. Because not only are there older generations behind them, but she's saying to me that the faith started to change hands as the generations went down. Do you understand? Perfect. So that's why I just see the plain Bible with her and then the rosary off to the side. Now if somebody comes through and they actually practice Catholicism, they'll show me the Bible with the rosary, or they'll actually show me the praying hands with the rosary wrapped. I just see the plain Bible with her. That's how I know that it started to switch as the generations went down. Do you understand it? Fantastic. But both bloodlines are actually stepping in. So I'm just talking to the grandmother first. She's saying to me she wanted you to know that she said, I wanted her to know that I've been patiently standing behind all the other people that were here today because we were all waiting to at least try to have a chance to say hello to her. And I wanted to tell her I loved her before her mom stepped forward. Do you understand? Fantastic. Good. That's what it is. I'm asking her if there's anything else she wants to say. I keep hearing she needs to know I was there for her because she wondered who was there to meet her. Do you understand it? Right. They're going to show it to me, because it just means when she starts to step forward, she's going to make me feel who actually met her when she crossed over. Okay? So they're trying to acknowledge who met who. And I think it'll make sense to you as I start to actually give the order. Did you ask her to validate about the ring today? Okay. No, I'm asking, because all I keep hearing from behind your grandmother is, I had to say that before I could say anything else because she asked for it. Do you understand? Good. All right, I can start to feel her presence. I can feel the 4 grandparents. The one grandfather is actually starting to step back a little bit. The one that was giving me all that information before about the abuse and the alcoholism. He just was giving the apology. Not only because she's already given the apology to the family that he's affected on the other side, but the family that's still here as far as how he carried himself. See, he's pulling his energy back. Alright, I have the one grandmother, mom's mom actually stepping in with her. So they're stepping in together. You feel like you didn't have a full goodbye with your mom the way you wanted to? Do you understand it? Okay, because she just said to me, the very first thing we need to talk about past me trying to talk about the ring, because I was hearing her just behind your grandmother, was that there's things that she left unsaid to you because she feels there wasn't a full goodbye. And sometimes that could just be because they're not vocal in the moment. Do you understand it? So I'm just going to leave it until she steps forward. But she keeps saying to me, there wasn't a chance to actually have the full goodbye that she would have wanted to with you. Okay? You felt her presence around you? Because she's saying to me, I know she feels me, but I know she wishes she felt me more. Do you understand it? Okay. Is this your first time connecting with her? She said, this is the first time you get to talk to my daughter, and I'm really excited. I said, wonderful. So she's actually stepping in. Your grandmother's actually stepping over here. She's actually giving her room, and she's actually starting to step forward. She's so beautiful. Not only am I seeing her how she passed, but I'm going to start to see her younger state of her being 30. You have siblings? She's saying to me, she's not my only child, but she's the one sitting here, but I need her to tell everybody else. That's how I know. Do you understand it? How many siblings do you have? Okay, because she keeps saying to me there's a total of 3 of them. Did you see my fingers before I asked you? She kept saying there's 3 of them. It just means that she's talking to you and that you're supposed to pass information to the other 2 as well. Do you understand it? Good. Are you still connected to them? Okay, because she makes me feel like I want to tie you to them, and that's how I know you're still connected. Okay, because she keeps doing this. Wonderful. So she's starting to step forward. She's saying, she's talking to you, but the message needs to go to the other 2 as well, and that's why she was saying 3 children. It just means that she's validating that she saw them as children as well. Do you understand? Okay, good. All right, as she starts to step in, I see all this purple, yellow, and almost like a peachy orange around her. Do you keep the ring sacred? Do you not wear it? Because she's saying to me she doesn't wear it, she keeps it sacred. That's how I know. When you bring a piece of jewelry that you want them to validate or a certain item, I always say, are they using it all the time? Are they using it on occasion? Or are they not wearing it at all? She keeps saying to me, you keep it sacred. Do you understand it? And I'm also being told it was a sacred ring to her. So that means wedding, engagement, anniversary, birthstone. Do you understand? Fantastic. Because not only is it her way of giving the double validation as far as it being a sacred ring, but it's her way of saying that you have kept it sacred the whole time. Is there a reason why you haven't worn it? Just asking. don't want to lose it. And she keeps saying to me, it's about her losing it, and she was making me write L-O-S-T. Do you understand it? Perfect. Is this one of the few things you have of hers? She said, it's the thing that she feels the closest to, and she's just worried that she'll not have it, and she doesn't want to ever part with it. That's why she's saying it's sacred and that you haven't ever worn it or done anything with it. Do you understand it? Have you tried it on?
I have.
Okay, because she makes me feel like you're sliding it on your finger and then you're taking it back off again.
I was just doing that before we came.
I'm just telling you what she's showing me. That's awesome. So you just did that before you came? Okay, good. Was it not only because you wanted to feel a little bit closer to her, but also because you wanted her to give this for validation today?
Mm-hmm.
That's what she just said.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Good. So that's why she's asking me to tell you about that. That she kept doing this, like she's sliding it on and off her hand. She just keeps saying to me, she needs to know what a wonderful gift she was to me and how much I love her. I know she misses me, and I know she wishes that I was still there with her. I know we didn't have the goodbye that we both would have wanted, and there's things that I never had a chance to say to her before I went. Do you understand it? So I'm just going to let her start talking. Can I ask you a question? Have you felt her in the car with you? Because she just made me get in your passenger seat of your vehicle, and she's saying to me that's where she spends most of her time with you. You feel her there the most? You talk to her in the vehicle? Okay, that's it. Because I'm like, honey, why do you have me sitting like in the passenger seat of her car? What is this? And she keeps saying to me, tell her I'm sitting beside her in the car. And I'm like, okay. And then I got, this is where I spend most of my time with her. So that's where you feel the closest to her, and that's where you spend most of your time with her. It's where you talk to her the most. Okay, so she's actually getting in the vehicle with you and spending time with you in spirit because she sees that's where you feel the most connected to her. Do you understand it? Wonderful. She's very vocal about this. I gotta figure this out because she makes me, okay. Tell her she needs to be more cautious driving. How are you with driving? She just said, okay, because she just said to me, she's got to be more cautious with driving because she's a little all over the road. What is that? Do you feel like you're not great at it?
Oh, I'm not. I mean, I've had when I was.
Because she's making me feel, because she kept saying to me, she needs to know that some of the times I'm sitting there, it's because I'm protecting her from having anything happen. That's why she made me feel like you're all over the place with the road. Okay. And she just said to me, it's nice that she admits that she's not a wonderful driver. Oh my gosh. So funny. But all of a sudden I'm like, why are you parking me in her car and you're sitting me in the passenger seat? And she said, because it's where we spend the most time in spirit. Now I understand it. It's because it's where you talk to her the most. Do you understand it? Fantastic. There's a dog behind her that's barking like crazy. And I'm trying to figure out whose dog it is. Because it's not hers, it's an older generation. It's coming in with your grandmother, so I'm going to leave that for a minute. Because I'm feeling that dog extremely strong. There's got to be a dog that they had maybe when they were younger, because I can feel its presence very strongly. It's a larger dog, and it's black. It looks like a lab, but it's not. It's different. Okay, I'm going to leave that for a minute. I'm asking her what else she wants to say about this vehicle. You ask her for advice all the time. Because she keeps saying to me, when I sit in the car with her and I'm spending time with her and she's talking to me, I feel like I should have a notepad and charge her for the session. Are you asking her about advice all the time? Okay, perfect. Honey, it's her joke to you. She doesn't mean it. She's being playful. She said, I love that she talks to me like